Can a player's salary be more valuable than his shooting stroke? That's the fascinating paradox facing the Golden State Warriors right now, and it's a question that could reshape their entire championship pursuit before the trade deadline slams shut. While most fans are busy analyzing three-point percentages and defensive ratings, the Warriors' front office is looking at something far more strategic. And Buddy Hield's $9.2 million contract might just be the golden ticket they've been searching for. Welcome back to the channel, where we're diving deep into one of the most underrated storylines of this NBA season. If you're a Warriors fan, a basketball strategist, or someone who loves the chess match of NBA trades, you're going to want to stick around for every second of this breakdown, because what we're about to uncover isn't just about one player, it's about how smart organizations leverage assets in ways most people never see coming. The Buddy Hield conundrum. When talent meets opportunity, let's start with what we know about Buddy Hield as a basketball player. The man is a walking three-point artillery unit. Since entering the league, he's established himself as one of the most prolific long-range bombers in recent NBA history. His career has been defined by those beautiful high-arcing shots that splash through the net with remarkable consistency. When Hield gets hot, he's absolutely unstoppable, the kind of shooter who can single-handedly swing momentum in a playoff game. But here's where things get complicated, and honestly, a bit frustrating for Warriors fans who've watched him this season. Hield's performance has been maddeningly inconsistent. One night, he'll look like the sharpshooter who could be the missing piece in Golden State's championship puzzle. The next night, he'll go ice cold, missing shots he normally drains in his sleep, and you're left wondering if he's the same player who torched defenses just 48 hours earlier. This season, his numbers have dipped slightly from his career averages. It's not a catastrophic decline, but it's noticeable enough that Steve Kerr has had to manage his minutes more carefully than they initially anticipated when they brought him aboard. The streakiness that plagued him during his Sacramento Kings and Indiana Pacers days? Yeah, that's still very much a thing. And let's talk about his playoff experience, or rather his lack thereof, for most of his career. Hield spent years toiling away on lottery teams, never getting that postseason baptism by fire that transforms good players into great ones. He finally got a taste of playoff basketball in recent seasons, and while he's shown flashes of clutch performance for the Warriors, he's still building that championship pedigree that Golden State desperately needs from every rotation player. The financial chess move. Why Hield's contract is pure gold now. Here's where this story takes a fascinating turn, and why you need to pay close attention if you want to understand how championship-caliber teams operate behind the scenes. Buddy Hield's value to the Warriors this trade season has almost nothing to do with his shooting splits or his defensive rotations. Instead, it's all about those 7 digits on his contract, $9.2 million. In the complex world of NBA salary matching and trade mechanics, that number is absolutely crucial. Let me break down why this matters so much, because this is where casual fans and hardcore basketball minds separate. The Warriors are in a unique position right now. They're competitive, they're still in the championship conversation with Steph Curry leading the charge, but they're not quite where they need to be to seriously contend with the league's elite. They need upgrades. They need to make moves. But here's the problem. They don't have unlimited trade assets. Barring a blockbuster deal involving Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody, which would signal a major philosophical shift in their roster construction, Hield represents the largest tradable salary on their roster that they could realistically part with without gutting their core identity. Think about what that means from a practical standpoint. When the Warriors call up other teams exploring potential trades, Hield's $9.2 million salary becomes the foundation for salary matching. It's large enough to bring back a genuinely impactful rotation player, especially if Golden State sweetens the deal with draft capital or young prospects. But it's not so massive that it limits their options or forces them into desperate, franchise-altering moves. This is the art of NBA team building that most people never see. It's not always about who's the best player. It's about who gives you the most flexibility to improve your roster. The complication. Hield's contract structure, but wait, before we crown Hield as the perfect trade chip, we need to address the elephant in the room. His contract situation is more complicated than a simple one-year rental. After this season, Hield has 2 more years remaining on his deal, with the final year being a player option. For teams looking to acquire him, that's a significant commitment. It's not just a try him out for the rest of the season and let him walk situation. Any team trading for Hield is potentially signing up for multiple years of his services. For rebuilding teams or squads looking to shed salary, this could actually be a deal breaker. They might not want to commit multiple years and millions of dollars to a 31-year-old streaky shooter when they're trying to develop young talent and maintain financial flexibility. However, and this is crucial for the right team, Hield's contract could be exactly what they're looking for. Imagine a franchise that's stuck in mediocrity, not quite good enough to compete, but not bad enough to fully commit to tanking. They might view Hield as a veteran presence who can mentor younger players, provide instant offense off the bench, and keep fans engaged while they figure out their long-term direction. The Warriors' front office knows this. They understand that Hield's value isn't universal, it's situational. Their job is to find that perfect match, that team whose needs align perfectly with what Hield brings to the table, and then strike when the iron is hot. Potential trade scenarios. What could Golden State target? So, what exactly could the Warriors get in return for Hield? Let's explore some realistic scenarios that could transform their roster before the deadline. First, they could target a defensive-minded wing player who can guard multiple positions. The Warriors have plenty of offensive firepower, but they've struggled at times to contain elite scorers on the perimeter. Packaging Hield with a future first-round pick could land them a 3-and-D specialist who fits perfectly into their system without requiring heavy offensive usage. Second, they might look for a backup big man who can provide rim protection and rebounding when their starters need rest. Golden State's frontcourt depth has been questionable at times, and adding a physical presence in the paint could be the difference between a second-round exit and a deep playoff run. Third, and this is the most intriguing possibility, they could use Hield as part of a larger package to land a genuine star-level talent. If a disgruntled all-star becomes available before the deadline, the Warriors could combine Hield's salary with other assets to make the money work. This would be the home run swing, the move that instantly elevates them back into championship favorite territory. The beauty of Hield's contract is that it gives them options. They're not locked into one specific type of deal. They can be aggressive or conservative, depending on what opportunities present themselves over the next few weeks. The bigger picture. Warriors championship window, let's zoom out for a moment and talk about what all of this means for Golden State's championship aspirations. Steph Curry isn't getting any younger. Every season that passes without another ring is a missed opportunity to add to his already legendary legacy. The Warriors know this. The front office knows this. And most importantly, Curry himself knows this. That urgency is driving every decision they make right now. They can't afford to waste seasons hoping that internal development will be enough. They need to be aggressive, smart, and strategic in how they improve their roster. Buddy Hield's contract gives them the flexibility to make meaningful moves without mortgaging their entire future. But here's the thing that makes this situation so fascinating. Hield himself is still a valuable player when he's on his game. The Warriors aren't trading away dead weight or a complete liability. They're potentially moving a legitimate rotation player who contributes to winning basketball. That's what makes this such a delicate balancing act. If they trade Hield and he goes somewhere else and starts draining threes at a 42% clip while the player they got in return struggles to fit in, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for Warriors fans. But if they can leverage his contract to bring in someone who addresses their weaknesses and helps them make another championship run, that's the kind of move that defines successful front offices. The verdict. Hield, AS Golden State's secret weapon. So here's the bottom line, and why this story matters so much more than most people realize. Buddy Hield might not be the Warriors' best player, but he could absolutely be their most important trade asset this season. His contract hits that sweet spot of being valuable enough to matter in trade negotiations, but not so large that it becomes an albatross. His on-court production is good enough that teams will be interested, but inconsistent enough that the Warriors won't feel like they're giving away a franchise cornerstone. And his remaining years provide both opportunities and challenges depending on which team is on the other end of the phone line. The Warriors are in win-now mode, and they need to maximize every asset at their disposal. Hield's $9.2 million salary might seem like just another line item on the salary cap spreadsheet, but in reality, it could be the key that unlocks their path back to championship contention. Over the next few weeks, watch how Warriors general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. maneuvers in trade discussions. Pay attention to which teams are rumored to have interest in Hield. Notice how his name pops up in various trade scenarios across NBA media. Because when the dust settles and the trade deadline passes, there's a very real chance that Buddy Hield, whether he's still in a Warriors uniform or not, will have played a pivotal role in shaping Golden State's championship pursuit. This is the kind of strategic maneuvering that separates good franchises from great ones. It's not always about the flashiest moves or the biggest names. Sometimes it's about recognizing value in unexpected places and having the courage to make the tough decisions when the moment demands it. So, what do you think? Should the Warriors hold onto Hield and hope his shooting comes around, or should they leverage his contract to make a significant upgrade before the deadline? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear how you'd handle this situation if you were running the Warriors front office. And if you found this breakdown valuable, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're going to be tracking every major move as this trade season heats up. The chess match is just beginning, and you won't want to miss a single move.